Can't be arsed to figure it all out? We'll break it down. Welcome to Parsed. Right now, hundreds of millions of people are typing questions into a box and getting answers back that sound like they came from a person. Homework help, medical questions, relationship advice, code, essays. AI answers it all. And almost nobody using it can actually explain what's happening in between the question and the answer. It's not thinking. It's not searching the internet live. It's not a person on the other end typing back at superhuman speed. It's something stranger than that. And today, we're breaking down how AI actually works. No maths, no jargon, in a way that'll finally make sense. That's what this video is about. Here's the one idea that makes everything else make sense. Imagine a chef who has read every cookbook ever written, every recipe, every technique, every food blog, in every language, going back decades. But this chef has never once tasted food, never smelled a kitchen. Everything it knows, it learned by reading patterns. What ingredients tend to go together? What a good recipe tends to look like, structurally. Ask it for a recipe, and because it's read literally everything, it produces something that sounds exactly like a real one. Often a genuinely good one. That chef is what an AI model actually is. A few terms, quickly. Training is the years the chef spent reading. That happens once, and it costs an enormous amount of computing power. Using the AI is just asking the chef, who's already finished all that reading, to cook something for you right now. Parameters are roughly how much the chef remembers. A small model, the kind that runs directly on your phone, might have a few billion. The largest models today have well over 1 trillion. More parameters generally means a more capable chef. But that's not the whole story anymore, as we'll see in a separate video. And a prompt is just you ordering off the menu. The clearer your order, the better the dish. Now here's where it gets serious. Sometimes the chef confidently hands you a recipe for a dish that doesn't exist. It sounds completely plausible. It's structured exactly like the real thing, but it's fabricated. This is called hallucination, and it's the single biggest thing to watch for whenever you use AI for anything that matters. Here's how real this gets. In 2023, a New York lawyer used ChatGPT to research a case. It handed him 6 court cases, complete with case names, judges, and quotes, to support his legal filing. All 6 were fabricated. None of those cases had ever existed. And when he got suspicious and asked the AI directly if the cases were real, it confirmed they were. Confidently. Again. A federal judge fined him $5,000. The case became the textbook example of what hallucination actually looks like when it leaves the chat window and enters the real world. Here's the question that actually matters. Why did the AI in that courtroom story lie so confidently? The honest answer is stranger than you'd expect. The people who built that AI don't fully know either. That's not an exaggeration. That's not a gotcha. That's the honest position of the very companies building this technology. The CEO of Anthropic, one of the companies at the frontier of building these systems, wrote publicly that people outside the field are often shocked to learn this. He said the lack of understanding we have about our own creation is essentially without precedent in the entire history of technology. Here's why. A traditional computer program is written. Line by line, a person decides exactly what happens at every step. An AI model isn't written. It's grown. Through billions of tiny automatic adjustments during training, it arrives at a way of producing answers that nobody sat down and designed. Nobody chose the specific internal pathway that leads from your question to its answer. It emerged on its own out of the training process. And when researchers actually try to look inside and see what a single piece of that network is doing, what they find is downright bizarre. In one real study, researchers found a single artificial neuron that lit up for academic citations, and also casual conversation in English, and also technical website code, and also text written in Korean, all at once, all tangled into the same tiny piece of the system. It's not organized like a filing cabinet with one drawer per idea. It's more like every idea is smeared across thousands of overlapping drawers at once. That's a huge part of why nobody can simply open it up and read what it's thinking. And here's where it connects back to our lawyer. Researchers have found that sometimes a model will confidently describe running a calculation to reach an answer. And when researchers trace what actually happened inside the system, there's no evidence that calculation ever occurred at all. The model made up a story about its own thinking, convincingly, without knowing it was doing so. A 2026 study on this found that one leading model's explanation of its own reasoning actually matched what was really happening inside it, only about a quarter of the time. The explanation an AI gives you for its own answer, and the actual process that produced that answer, are frequently two different things. And here's something we want to tell you honestly, because Parsed only works if we show you our work every time. This script, the one you're hearing right now, was written with the help of an AI. And if you asked that AI to explain exactly why it chose these words, in this order, to explain this to you, it couldn't fully tell you either. Not because it's hiding something. Because the truth is, even it doesn't have full access to its own reasoning. That's not meant to scare you. It's meant to be honest with you. Here's the hopeful part. This isn't a problem the industry is ignoring. Researchers are now building what amounts to a microscope for AI, tools that decompose those tangled, overlapping signals back into concepts a human can actually recognize. It's slow, careful work. But it's real, active progress, not a problem being swept under the rug. Here's the honest concern. These systems are already making decisions that matter, helping write legal filings, drafting medical information, running code in production, shaping what information billions of people see every day. And we're doing all of that while the people who built these systems are still, quite literally, reverse engineering their own creation. And it's not just companies racing to build more of it. It's countries. Whole governments are now treating this the way they'd treat a space race or a nuclear program. That's the real story of AI right now. Not just what it can do for you, what we still don't know about how it does it. So where does all of that leave you? Not powerless. Realizing something is imperfect isn't a reason to throw it out. It's the reason you learn the rules that keep you safe while you use it. You don't need to understand what's happening inside a car engine to drive safely. You just need to know the rules of the road. That's what this last part is. Not a reason to be afraid of AI. The rules of the road. For something that's already in your pocket, whether you've thought this through or not. 5 things right now. Number 1. On ChatGPT, go to Settings, then Data Controls, and turn off Improve the Model for Everyone. Here's why this actually matters. By default, your conversations, including the ones you never thought twice about, can become training material that shapes how the model responds to millions of other people down the line. Turning this off doesn't erase what you've already sent, but it stops the leak going forward. For a particularly sensitive one-off conversation, use temporary chat instead. It's never used for training, and it clears itself automatically. Number 2. On Claude, go to Settings, then Privacy, and turn off Help Improve Claude for Everyone. This one's worth double-checking, even if you think you've already handled it. Claude quietly shifted to training on conversations by default late last year, unless you actively opt out. A setting you configured a year ago may not reflect the policy running today. Number 3. On Gemini, open the menu, go to Activity, and turn off Gemini Apps Activity. That stops future chats from being pulled into training. Same underlying idea as the other two. The setting exists. It's just never the default, and it's on you to find it. One important catch that applies across all 3 platforms. If you give a thumbs up or thumbs down on a response, that specific conversation can still be used for training, even with the settings switched off. Feedback is treated as a separate signal from ordinary conversation. So opt out of training broadly, but stay mindful of what you actively rate. Number 4. Learn to catch a hallucination while it's happening, not after a judge fines someone $5,000. The tell is almost always the same shape. Suspiciously precise details that you have no easy way to verify in the moment. An oddly specific statistic, a court case with a confident citation attached, a study with an exact number that sounds authoritative. Real information usually comes with a traceable source, or it's common enough that you half recognize it already. Fabricated information tends to be precise and unsourced at the same time, confident, specific, and completely unverifiable. When you notice that exact combination, stop and check before you repeat it, cite it, or file it in court. Number 5. Treat every AI chat like a postcard, not a locked diary. Remember the chef. It doesn't know the difference between true and plausible sounding, and as we now know, it can't always tell you how it actually reached an answer either. For anything that truly matters, medical, legal, financial, treat its answer as a first draft, not a final one. Verify it against a real, independent source. One more thing, and this is the one worth actually keeping. Given everything you now know, that even its own creators don't fully understand it, that it's already making decisions that matter, that entire nations are racing to build more of it, here's the one habit worth building. Before you trust an AI's answer on anything that matters, ask yourself 3 questions. Would I bet real money on this being right? Could I find this exact fact from a credible, independent source? And if I'm wrong, who pays for that mistake? The AI? Or me? That's not paranoia. That's just what it means to use a seriously powerful tool wisely, especially one that even the people who built it are still trying to fully understand. You now understand more about how AI actually works than most people who use it every single day. It's not magic. It's not a person. It's an extraordinarily well-read chef who's never once tasted the food. Brilliant, useful, and occasionally, confidently, wrong. And you know something most people never stop to consider. That the most powerful technology on Earth right now is being built faster than the people building it can fully explain it. How big has that race actually gotten, and what's it quietly costing the planet while it plays out? That's next. Can't be arsed to figure it all out? We'll break it down. More guides dropping weekly. Subscribe so nothing goes over your head.